finished my KOM effort. I beat my old time by 34 seconds. That's where I stashed my stuff, was right here in the Church of the Highlands parking area. It's Thanksgiving morning. Traffic's a little bit heavier than I'd like, but it's still basically deserted. I was hoping that I could do it without getting passed by any cars at all. I think I got passed by 5 cars. So anyway, I'm just gonna run through my effort on the KOM. Well, I'm glad I didn't stash my stuff down here. I figured there might be people fishing today. So I'm gonna turn around right about the middle of the bridge here. I guess right after these cars. This is the Cahaba River. If you look upstream there, you can see where the rocks are. That's where the rapids are when the river is flowing. So I went on the other side of the bridge, turned around, ramped up my speed gradually, big chain ring to the start point, and then I hit it a little bit. I was still shocked though. Right here was the first I looked at my power just to make sure I had like super spiked it or something, and I had only averaged 375 watts to here, and so I knew this was gonna be tough to keep your power up with all the flats here at the bottom. So So I gave it a little bit on this first riser, just to really sort of just test out the legs. They're fine, not great, just okay. And but I was happy. I was going fast, so I was going really fast. I had an average of 26 miles an hour to the top here, right here. So it was flying, man. So no wind today. Either direction. When I set the KOM, I had a bit of a headwind. Today, there's no wind at all. And I'm so proud of myself. I actually did it. I dumped down into the little chain ring here. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to convince myself to do that, but I did. And I think it paid off because I still had decent power. My power average was 390 by the top of the hill. So top of the hill up here. I had sort of set a goal of 400. Thinking that that's kind of unrealistic, but it's good, not too far above. So 390 top of the hill up there. I knew I wasn't going to hit 400. So from then on, I was just like, okay, just go hard. I was watching power, but I wasn't doing anything about it. Just kind of going at my zone 5 pace. Glad I came early though. Look, it's only 10 minutes later and there's already a lot more traffic. So like I said, there's a little chain ring through here. Really throwing the bike side to side, so I must have been pretty low, like maybe the 11 or 12. Which begs the question, did I really need to dump down? So anyway, though, I I was happy with how this turned out. It's that nasty hole. They filled it in. That's nice. I guess there's a little bit of a crosswind here. It's a little one. There's a state trooper right there. Look at the flag. I don't want him to think I'm texting or something. So I will sort of hold this off to the side. So I shifted into the big chainring going across the top of that hill down to the interstate. So, oh, and that hole too. Man, I knew it was there and I went right, but I just barely missed it. Anyway, right about here I was deciding whether to dump it back down into the little chainring, but I realized that I had gone easy enough on the first part that I probably had enough energy to big chainring this, so I did. And I think that was also a good decision because it really does flatten out here. My legs were just really tired yesterday, I guess, but because this felt really hard through here yesterday in the little chainring trying to go easy. But anyway, today I felt fine in the big chainring through here, which is good. You're not gonna believe this average speed. I still had 20.7. Still averaged 20.7 miles an hour. All the way around the bend because I looked down right at the spot where it gets steep again. So, and that was with relatively low power. So I guess, just trying to stay aero, and it was a big thing for the bottom part of this climb. So anyway, yeah, because I think I was down into the 360s here. Yeah, so I looked right before I dumped into the little chainring. So I'd probably be by that third telephone pole on the right. That's where I dumped it. And I averaged nearly 21 miles an hour up to here. But I also made the mistake, I think it was right then, I made the mistake of looking at the time, and I saw 6 minutes. And it was very similar to Smire. I was like, what the heck do you do with 6 minutes? What does that mean? The philosophical, I guess it really wasn't philosophical, but just in terms of how much is left, how much has been covered. I was already at 6 minutes. I think it was here. It may have been a little farther up. But in my head, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to destroy my time from last year, because I know that I've got the KOM on the short, steep section on Karl after you turn. It was only something like 50-something seconds. So I'm thinking, I've got nearly 4 minutes left to beat my old time. Only a minute of that's going to be used at the end. So that means I've got, 3 minutes to play with here. So I'm thinking I'm going to beat my old time by like a minute or more. But this section is long. It's steep, above 10%. And so I only beat my time by 38 seconds, something like that. So that means that this section here took over 2 minutes. And it really didn't. I got sweat running into my eyes right now. Gotta love that. November 21st. It's already 70 degrees or 65 maybe. Oh, that burns. Anyway, so I'm riding my bike right now with one hand, one eye closed, and the other eye is fogging up. The glasses are fogging up. That's real safe. Anyway, yeah, this section here was long, and it hurts bad. So I still felt like I was moving though, and you do get a bit of a break here. So, there we go. So, hold on just a sec. Yeah, I had to get the sweat out of my eyes. So, I came through here, and I wasn't even really thinking. And I did exactly what I did yesterday, which was do that right there, come on over here. And then I regretted it. I was like, well, that was dumb. I should have just gone in a straight line. It was too late to do anything about it. So then, coming over here, the AT&T guy was working on the boxes over there. I wonder what he thought when I came flying by. I mean, just throwing the bike side to side and breathing very loudly, I'm sure. All right, this is going to be challenging. So, anyway, I took my power average back up to 375 by the top up there, which means I was probably averaging 400 up this thing, and I would guess 50 to 60 watts of that was aided by, throwing the bike side to side like a sprint. Try and get that upper body in there. It was interesting too. I shifted hand positions in the middle of this, almost like out of a panic, because I didn't feel like I was getting enough power out of the hoods. So I went down into the drops. That might have cost me half a second, switching the positions, but then I'm sure I made up for it, because then at that point I realized, like, okay, there's somebody right beside you. Just beat them, and use that sort of mental imagery to like push myself to top up here. And it's funny though, because I felt like I had been very conservative through that bottom part, and then, you know, from the bottom there, it's like, okay, you're almost done, just hit it really hard. So it's somewhere right around in here, maybe 50 meters earlier there. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh. You know, it's funny because if I had ended it back 50 meters ago, you know, I would have been tired, but I wouldn't have been fall off your bike tired. So it was right there, that last 100 meters up to the top where you're digging crazy deep. That's what makes you want to fall off your bike up here at the top. I didn't go quite hard enough though, I guess, because I did go ahead and I was still able to make the turn and make it all the way on up there. But the segment should have ended right here. And then I'm anal enough, I want it to match on the other segment too, which ends up here. So I'm gonna wander up here so that you know, the total count of the number of times I've done the climb goes up by 1. So that should match right up here. So that's a walkthrough. It's a walkthrough of the climb. Now I'm gonna finish out a traditional Thanksgiving ride I've done the past 2 years. This will be the 3rd year. Oh crap, hold on. There we go. So yeah, I call it the Red Mountain 1200s. So I'm gonna head over. I'm doing it in the reverse direction this year because I wanted to hit this climb early. This climb is on Shades Mountain. So what I'm about to do is head off Shades Mountain, halfway down, climb back up it again, then cross the valley to get over to basically Red Mountain. So, may not look that spectacular, but that mountain in front of us is actually the high point in Birmingham. I think it's just under 1,600 feet. And well, I think that's it for now.